The world is full of lines. There are lines that are helpful, convenient, and even necessary. But then there are those lines that people can't or won't see. They are the lines that divide. These lines are based on color, on gender, on belief, on language, and even on love. These lines may be drawn on purpose or unintentionally and without much regard. Sometimes these lines have been there for generations, apparent to those they seek to separate, and invisible to others. But just because not everyone sees these lines doesn't mean they don't exist. At Junior Achievement, we see them, and we know things need to change. That's why we are empowering the next generation with lessons in how money works, how education leads to career success, and how to start and run a business. We are committed to giving young people the knowledge and support necessary to erase these lines and bridge gaps, overcome barriers, and break through ceilings. We are doing this so that today's kids can live in a more equitable and just tomorrow. But we can't do it alone.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for the first ever virtual Spirit of JA celebration. My name is Brandon Copeland, and I'm a middle linebacker for your New England Patriots. I'm an avid supporter of financial literacy and what Junior Achievement is doing here locally and across the country. We hope you all are staying safe and healthy during these difficult times. I'm excited to have connected with Junior Achievement as its mission is now more important than ever to make sure our youth are prepared for future careers and are able to properly manage their finances.
And my name is Carlos Prudencio, and I'm a senior at Lynn English High School. And last year I began my journey with JA participating in the JA Summer Institute. I remember each morning getting up in August, hopping on the bus, down to the blue line, down to the orange line, down to the red line to get to MIT, where I would meet up with my peers. We would engage in daily workshops on entrepreneurship, financing, college and career advice. And I continue to participate in JA through the JA Company program that teaches students how to launch and operate a business selling an original product. And I was part of a startup called Keep Up Trivia, with actually one of my best friends, Naya, and me and Brandon will be your co-MCs for this evening. Normally this event would be in person with hands-on activities, but under the circumstances we had to change it to a virtual setting. However, we are still so excited to bring the spirit of JA through your screens. Junior Achievement is working really hard to adapt to these challenging times, as we all are, and continues to be there to support young people like me and teachers who are out there every day trying to make an impact on children's lives. JA focuses on teaching youth to effectively manage their finances and build critical skills for the workforce, develop entrepreneurial mindsets, and increase their confidence, well, our confidence, and prepare everybody for a global to succeed in our global economy. I personally have experienced this power of JA, and I encourage every student to take the free and life-changing advantages that JA offers.
We have a great program tonight, and we are excited to celebrate the mission of Junior Achievement. You will hear from several students, alumni, and partners about the impact of Junior Achievement. Aileen Luau and I will be discussing financial literacy and our personal experiences with the pandemic. We will be honoring our 2020 Spirit of JA Award recipients and inducting an alumni into the JA Alumni Hall of Fame. And later, you will hear about the future plans and vision of Junior Achievement of Northern New England. Before we start the program, however, I'd like to first thank all of our event sponsors who made tonight possible. Delta Blue Cross Blue Shield of Massachusetts, KPMG, PwC, RSM, AIG. Dang, this is like ABCs. I gotta, lock in, Cope, lock in. Eaton Vance, EOS Foundation, Eversource, People's United Bank, Webster's Bank, and many more. With their generous support, we have been able to raise over $117,000 for Junior Achievement of Northern New England for this event, which will provide programs to over 2,500 students in Central and Eastern Massachusetts and New Hampshire. Tonight, a Junior Achievement has set a total fundraising goal of $130,000. That means we are just $13,000 shy from reaching our goal. We need your support tonight to make sure Junior Achievement can continue to provide a better tomorrow for our youth.
You can donate at any time tonight by hitting the top left screen of this live website. JA is also running a silent auction that is live right now, and we will be going on until the end of this event. So take a look, if you haven't already, at the great items that are available for you. So let's get this night started. What better way to learn about the impacts and importance of JA programs than to hear from our students, our alumni, and partners. First off, let's hear from Eddie Perkins, a JA alum and the chair of the JA Northern New England, and on a personal level, a mentor.
Good evening. My name is Eddie Perkin. I'm the incoming board chair for Junior Achievement of Northern New England. I'm also a former JA alum. I did the company program for 2 years in high school, and I learned a lot at that time about entrepreneurship, workforce readiness, financial literacy, working as a collaborative member of a team, and interacting with adults in a business setting. More recently, in 2015, I joined the Junior Achievement Board, and I've become a volunteer. I've done in-classroom volunteer work, and last year, my employer, Eaton Vance, hosted one of the teams in the company program. Our group of kids came from different schools, different socioeconomic backgrounds, and they formed a company called Keep Up Trivia, an interactive trivia board game. It was really exciting to watch these kids pivot during a global pandemic from in-person meetings to virtual meetings, managing to source their materials, their raw materials from overseas, put the product together, deliver it, and ultimately earn a profit. It was really inspiring, and that's what Junior Achievement is all about. I'm really excited about the direction that Junior Achievement is taking, focusing on target communities, focusing on the older kids who can really benefit from the impact that Junior Achievement can have on their lives. Thank you for your support.
Thank you, Eddie. Now let's hear firsthand from a few JA students and a parent of a JA student about their experience with JA.
JA has catalyzed my journey into the business world and has taught me more than 90% of all the stuff that I know about business right now. And not only does JA teach you the very skills that will enable you to become very competitive in the workplace, but it sparks a curiosity and a passion for all things finance, business, and even encourages you to go on your own startup journey. JA has been one of the most influential programs in my whole high school career, and definitely is the most when it comes to business, finance, and my career aspirations.
I thought I would just go in and learn about business like any other class that you would have in school, but Junior Achievement provides you with skills that are so much greater than that. You can learn to become a better speaker and a better leader. And so the skills are one part of what you learn, but the result that you get is so much more because you become a totally better version of yourself.
The fundamentals of launching a successful startup as well as a fun yet challenging experience are both offered at JA. The overall lesson that I have learned throughout my time in JA was to always be open to change, whether it's a pivot in the original plan or a change in the group's roles that would benefit the company. Any improvements or difference of opinions should always be discussed, and it is crucial to come to an agreement. This program allows for young individuals to sharpen their skills in communication, negotiation, and assists in bringing their creative vision to life.
Hello, my name is Shaylin Fitzgerald. I'm a sophomore at the University of Massachusetts Amherst studying finance and economics. I started participating with Junior Achievement my sophomore year as a part of the company program. I was a founder of Vibes Inc. and Alchemy Apparel, and I was among the first students to travel to nationals from New England. I also had the chance to participate in the Summer Institute as well as the stock market competitions, where I developed an interest for the markets. I am now an analyst at a student-run investment fund at school, and I will be returning back to Loomis Sales next summer as a part of their growth equity strategies team. Many thanks to Junior Achievement, who pushed me to go after what I strive for. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Troy Gale, and my daughter Summer has been a part of JA for the past several years. It has been an eye-opening experience for her. It has exposed her to great mentors. She's had the chance to work with kids from other schools who she would have otherwise never met. She's learned to take a business from ideation and funding all the way through launch and liquidation. She's taken a college-level marketing course over the summer, and because of JA, she felt prepared, and she earned an A. JA has helped her build her confidence and has inspired her to pursue a degree in business when she graduates this coming spring. Over the years, Summer has been a part of the after-school program, the Summer Institute, and Future Hack. She's had the opportunity to meet children from different local communities, as well as children from around the world. I think JA is important for today's students because it allows them to dream big by putting them in spaces that they probably would not be in and may have never even heard of.
One thing I love about JA is the connections that you make here with mentors that you can confide in. So from that, let's hear from Secretary Rosalyn Acosta from the Massachusetts Department of Labor and Workforce Development.
Good evening. My name is Rosalyn Acosta, Secretary of Labor and Workforce Development for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Thank you for joining us to celebrate the positive impacts that Junior Achievement has had on the youth of Massachusetts. Junior Achievement is one of many critical youth organizations in the state that has had its finances and operations negatively impacted by the pandemic crisis since March. I am proud of the resilience Junior Achievement and its supporters have shown to ensure that young people continue to have access to critical life skills enrichment programs that supplement their curriculum. Before entering the public service, I spent many years in the private sector, mostly in banking. I saw firsthand the tremendous need for Junior Achievement's efforts to teach young people to understand and manage their own finances as well as prepare them for their futures. I fondly remember teaching Junior Achievement programs to young people in Lowell as one of many volunteers who donate their time to both teach JA's critical curriculum and serve as a positive role model by sharing personal stories and lessons learned. The pandemic has put a pause to these in-person interactions between young people eager to learn and caring adults interested in their success. But this does not mean the need is any lesser. In fact, the current challenges faced by young people and their families make Junior Achievement's mission even more critical today than ever. By investing in these young people today, you are empowering them to become well-rounded adults. In the future, this is not only benefits them and their families, but also our communities and our state. On behalf of Governor Baker and all of us in state government, thank you for all your commitment to help Junior Achievement deliver its mission virtually until it's safe to once again do this in person. I want to congratulate Adriana, RSM, and Mark for the special recognition they are receiving tonight. Thank you for all you do, and I hope you can enjoy the rest of the program. Good night.
Thank you, Secretary Acosta. for that important message. Did you know that 47% of Americans cannot handle a $400 emergency expense? I wouldn't be surprised if that percentage has increased since the pandemic began. Our youth need to learn early on how to save, how to budget, and how to plan for emergency situations. A donation today can help move all of us one step closer to changing this alarming statistic. Tonight's goal is to raise $130,000 for Junior Achievement so they can continue to provide programs to over 2,500 students at no cost to them. Let's see where we're at with the fundraising so far. Right now, we are at still $117,000 raised. Thank you again to all who have generously made a donation already, and there is still plenty of time to donate and help JA make an even greater impact in the region.
Now I'd like to introduce our next guest who will be interviewing alongside Brandon. Please welcome Aileen Liu, a senior at Boston Latin School and a two-time participant of Junior Achievement.
Aileen, how are you doing tonight?
Hi, Brandon. I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Boston Latin School. Do you know some Latin?
A little bit.
There you go.
I haven't taken it in 2 years.
Yeah, I took Latin in high school, so don't
Really?
make me brush out my Latin skills. It's going to be. Let's get back. Let's get to the point. So, can you tell me a little bit about your background and how you actually got involved with Junior Achievement?
Yes, of course. I started Junior Achievement company program in sophomore year. I'm a senior at Boston Latin School, by the way. My friend, Rick, who is really great, he's really smart, invited me to be a part of the Filter company that they had started. And he thought I would be a good fit for the team, even though the application deadline had already passed. So I actually had a really weird start to JA because I wasn't with the group at the beginning, but I learned a lot. The next year, I participated in the program at SunTrust Bank, and we created Soteria Power, which sold one-time use disposable chargers. And since we ended up disbanding after COVID happened, I ended up actually hopping on to Carlos's team at Keep Up Trivia, which was also a really fulfilling experience. So
Awesome.
I've seen, I'm going to be honest, I don't follow football, but
Okay.
I've seen your little tagline, entrepreneur, UPenn professor, NFL linebacker. So, that's pretty unconventional career path. I wanted to know a little bit more about how you kind of got to that point, and if you have any advice for me and other students who are trying to figure out what they want to do.
Yeah, simply put, I execute on the different passions and interests that I have. So I've been fortunate enough to be around a bunch of role models, mentors, and I think some people always believe that you can only take advice in quote unquote positive experiences or positive information. However, I've also been around people who have literally been in the middle of their lives / careers and not happy with where they're at because they're not actually chasing happiness and what passion looks like to them. They're not where they have chased money their entire lives, but they haven't chased what actually truly they enjoy. So for me, I'm literally executing on the different things that I enjoy doing. So I'm playing football throughout the week, but mainly obviously on Sundays, and that's a dream come true. I'm a professor of financial literacy at my alma mater, the University of Pennsylvania. It's not that I dreamed of becoming a professor growing up, but it's more of my passion of wanting to help people have control over their lives and their finances. So for me, the biggest piece of advice I can give you all is don't keep I will tell you, keep the Disney-like imagination that you have as a younger being, as a younger a child. As you get older, you start to chip away at that imagination with realism, or that real world sets in, and that real world constantly tells you you're not good enough, or there's no way you can be that. There's no way you can become an astronaut, be whatever it is you want to be. So I would tell you, keep that Disney-like imagination and just be willing to put your head down and work extremely hard. And that is how you turn those passions and dreams into reality. So what are...
Awesome.
Appreciate you. What are some things that you have learned / taken away from your experience at Junior Achievement?
I mean, there is so much, but I guess going in chronological order, I learned a lot about how to figure out what our company program was going to be. I learned a lot about what values a business should have. And I kind of learned about myself that I didn't really want to just make money through the Junior Achievement Company program. I wanted to kind of make a change in the world. So that is where Filter came out of. It wasn't my idea, but I did love the social idea behind it. It's a prototype of a filter that is supposed to attach onto your bicycle to filter volatile chemicals out of the air. And I figured if we were going to make money as students, we might as well tie it into some kind of social cause and raise awareness, which I really appreciated learning about myself, that I really care about making a difference and helping people. And I also learned a lot about leadership. I ran marketing and communications in both companies that I've been a part of, and I also participated in marketing when I worked at Keep Up Trivia. And I learned a lot about how to kind of just be tough love, kind of just being able to criticize people who were my peers on their work while also still being a compassionate leader. That's something I've taken into a lot of aspects of my life, the whole idea of compassionate leadership, and kind of creating a community out of everywhere I work. It's a team of 15 to 20, I guess, students who some of them may know each other, some of them may not. And I think it was really helpful for me to have a welcoming environment where I was able to share my ideas comfortably. And so in my second and now third year of JA, I hope to create that kind of environment for some of the younger people who might be in my program.
I love that. Wow.
Thank you.
Before you jump into the next question, you said you're highly critical. So I have one extremely important question for you. I've been working extremely hard on this painting behind me. How does it look?
I don't believe that you painted it, but it looks amazing.
Nice. Now listen, you're super critical. Moving on.
All right. Well, you talked a little bit at the beginning of tonight that you are really passionate about financial literacy, and being a professor of financial literacy at UPenn, I didn't know that was a class, which is really awesome. So why is financial literacy so important to you, and how did you really get started on being passionate about it?
Awesome. Great question. For me, one, we created the class, so we had to kind of start from ground zero and create a concept and really put the work in to make it exactly what we wanted it to be. When I'm saying we, I'm saying myself and my co-professor. For me, financial literacy is the ultimate give back. And my wife and I, we've started our own foundation, our own not-for-profit, and we try to help empower youth and individuals to realize their full potential and create their vision, because unfortunately a lot of people are underexposed and underserved. And one of the things that I've realized is, we can have a football camp, and that's a great day, and it's an awesome experience for 400 plus kids to come and enjoy a bunch of NFL players and a bunch of mindset, character traits, and leadership advice. But ultimately, it's one day out of 365. And so what things can I be teaching people that carries with them through the other 364 days? Well, not even just those 364 days, but long beyond the one meeting, two meetings, few football camps that we have. So for me, it was always about trying to teach people how to fish and give them an opportunity to take control of their financial well-being and their financial lives.
Yeah, I love that. It is so great what you do.
I appreciate you.
All right, well, I think that we are out of time. So it was really great talking to you, Brandon. I can't wait to see what the rest of the night brings.
The pleasure was all mine. I appreciate you being so candid. I also appreciate you sharing your thoughts about my painting. But I'm definitely looking forward to following up in the future and talking with other JA students.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Eileen and Brandon, for that wonderful conversation. Y'all are both super dope people. But let's take a little preview into the future of JA later on. But first up, let's get a little message from our sponsor, Delta Airlines.
Sometimes our differences seem big. Sometimes our differences seem small. Sometimes it seems we don't share much at all. But take a broader perspective. The more you go out and see this world of ours, you'll find that our similarities are just as remarkable as our differences. In Delta's 300 cities around the globe, we've seen it's less what language you speak or what you believe in. It's who shares the same goal, that of trying to move us all forward. Aboard the biggest flight of all.
Welcome back, everyone. We'd like to send a friendly reminder that the silent auction is still open and will be closing in 20 minutes, so please get those last-minute bids in. Now, it is time to honor this year's Spirit of JA Award recipients and to induct an alumni into the JA Alumni Hall of Fame. Let's go. This year's two Spirit of JA Award recipients showcase the exact partnership that JA strives for. Mark Silva, Assistant Vice Principal at Harvard Kent Elementary School in Charlestown, and RSM have formed a strong partnership to deliver JA programming for the past 4 years. Let's see that partnership in action.
A little bit about us. We're a high poverty school. We also have a high needs population. And in addition to that, we're about 50% English language learners. So JA Day has become sort of a cornerstone of our Future Focus initiative. So many committed and caring professionals coming in to teach kids about the world of work and financial literacy, something that they don't typically get, obviously, during the regular days, during the regular curricula. You'll see that the kids will be into it. The activities are smart, the curriculum's smart. It does help them sort of think about themselves in the future.
When I think about why it's so important to us, why it's so important to RSM, why it's so important to me personally, is a couple things. Number one is I do think about the youth of Boston, and I think about our future. And God, whatever we could do to have an impact and support the institutions and the schools like Harvard Kent that are doing the things they're doing to help the youth of Boston. But then when I think about it from an RSM perspective, you know, people talk about culture in office. They talk about having a great place to work. You know, being part of JA in a Day brings that to reality for our firm.
The idea of bringing 60 colleagues together for a day to come into the classrooms in our communities, we thought was something pretty special. Our foundation is really trying to focus our efforts locally within Charlestown. So when JA approached us about working with Harvard Kent and taking over the school, it was a perfect opportunity.
I don't know about you, but I love seeing the impact JA and RSM have on a great school and community like Harvard Kent. We would like to congratulate Mark Silva and award him the Individual Spirit of JA Award. For the past 7 years, Mark has been a champion for Junior Achievements programs and volunteers. As Assistant Vice Principal and Special Education Administrator at Harvard-Kent Elementary School, Mark has consistently supported and welcomed JA and our volunteers into his school and teaching his students. Let's hear a few words from Mark himself.
Good evening. I want to thank RAD and everyone at JA for this recognition, but even more so I want to thank them for the excellent programs they've provided to so many schools, including our school, the Harvard-Kent in Charlestown. A proud Boston public school and last year's Ed Vester's School on the Move winner, we have a range of initiatives that have contributed to our schools and our students' successes, including our partnership with JA. Our path to working with JA began a number of years ago when I was working at an alternative high school in Chelsea. The students there were as bright and as capable as any. Yet they were behind in their academics. They didn't understand the purpose of school. They had been taught nothing of financial literacy, the connection between education and careers, the connection between education level and income level. I realized then that for students to be on track, they needed to know the track. For students to win the game, they needed to know the game. JA, at its core, what it does is it helps students see themselves as future participants in the business and civics worlds, see themselves as capable and successful participants in the business and civics worlds. That's all right. That's why I love it. So when I came to Boston, I, contacted JA, and since 2014, JA in a Day has been a tradition at the Harvard-Kent. When you teach kids about self-determination and money, you get their interest. Add to that sound and fun, entrepreneurial and financial literacy activities taught by caring and energetic individuals from the community, professionals from the community. It's an excellent model with lasting impact. JA has even deeper experiential programming for middle and high school students. Last year, Massachusetts ranked 38th, in financial education. So many students still are not being taught the track, the game, the importance of education, the basics of financial literacy. JA provides a proven resource in this area. Right? I am proud and happy to join you tonight in your support of Junior Achievement and their important work helping more students know the track, know the game, so that hopefully eventually all students can see themselves as successful future participants in the business and civics worlds. Thanks so much. Have a good night.
Thank you for sharing your story, Mark, and congratulations again on your contribution and achievements with JA. We would like to now congratulate our second JA award recipient tonight, which is RSM, for being one of JA's most significant supporters. For the past 4 years, RSM has empowered more than 1,000 students through their engaged volunteerism in Charlestown and Harvard-Kent Elementary. RMS has hundreds of employees volunteering in classroom, hosting programs in their office, and contributing financially to JA. This past year, RSM significantly increased its commitment to JA across the country. Let's hear from some of our key partners at RSM.
And on behalf of RSM and Shauna and Chris and myself, we just want to say we're really humbled and honored to accept this award. We love being part of JA. We love what it does for the community. And we really feel like in these times of COVID that JA can be even more relevant in the future. And RSM is committed to JA going forward, and we'll be here to help.
RSM has a long-standing, amazing partnership with Junior Achievement. Our goals are completely aligned as we reach into the communities where we work and live to deliver work readiness, entrepreneurship, and financial literacy programs that enable young children and budding adolescents own their economic future and hence their financial success.
We're so proud to be with you all today, and we look forward to continuing our partnership going forward.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Big congratulations to RSM on your remarkable partnership with Junior Achievement. Last but not least, we would like to congratulate this year's JA Alumni Hall of Fame inductee, Adriana Santangelo. Adriana is the Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer for Blue Cross Blue Shield of Massachusetts. She is currently a proud member of the Board of Directors at Junior Achievement of Northern New England. Growing up in East Boston, she personally benefited from Junior Achievement programs. Let's hear from Andrea.
I am deeply honored to be inducted into the Junior Achievement Hall of Fame. My association with Junior Achievement goes way back and has evolved since then. I was first introduced to Junior Achievement as a student at East Boston High. I was an Italian immigrant, deeply embedded in that wonderful Italian immigrant community, but I didn't have much access to many other things. So I participated in the JA Company program. That was the first time I was introduced to a program that teaches you how to build a business, how to work with teammates, how to understand how to make money, and all the necessary skills on how to get started. It was a wonderful experience. We built first aid kits, and those were meant to be used in emergency situations and transferable. So what a wonderful thing to have. It unlocked so many mysteries for me. But the most important aspect of the program, and this is really an underappreciated aspect, is the access that it gave me to other business professionals. And they were so willing to share their rich experience on how they got started and what they've learned. And that has inspired me, but more importantly, it's given me confidence that I could actually be in that world, being the first Italian immigrant in my family to go to college and to actually start working in a business. So I tell this story many times, and I try to get many people to get involved in JA, but that's why I started as a volunteer, and that's why I joined the board. And to this day, I see those same connections that happened to me still occur. Whether it's in the classroom, where I'm delivering some of the wonderful JA lessons, or I'm sitting in a boardroom with other students who are building up their JA company and working on a pitch to be part of the national contest, or even more fun than that is being pitched by one of the students who is selling some of the best innovative products that I certainly couldn't have thought of at that time. And in spite of all the changes throughout the years, and in spite of these uncertain times, JA still delivers. And I am so confident in its very bright future. And I hope you find some way to participate in Junior Achievements programs as well. I am so deeply grateful and honored to be an inductee of the JA Hall of Fame. And I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you to Adriana and to all of our award recipients for your dedication and overall support of Junior Achievement. You truly embody the spirit of our communities and are role models for your commitment to youth education.
Yeah, I mean, this is great. It's truly inspirational to see people literally pouring out their hearts to continue to build our future and to give them real education that will last and you know for a fact will impact the lives of all of the students who embrace the Junior Achievements, the spirit of Junior Achievement, for lack of a better term. So
tonight we have heard from so many great and dedicated people about the powerful impact of Junior Achievement's mission. Now let's see where we are at our total for our fundraising goal. We have raised, let's see, $124,700, just shy about. We are so close to our goal, and we hope you continue to donate throughout the night and make your last bids at the silent auction before it closes at 7:30.
We're so close. Again, let's echo this. We are so close so close, a little over $5,000 away. So let's go ahead and reach into your hearts, and let's make sure that we end the night on a high note, on an exclamation point, and make sure that Junior Achievement is able to do the amazing things it's done in the community for the life of its programming. So to close out tonight's program, let's hear from Junior Achievement of Northern New England's President and CEO, Radimus Nova, as he speaks about the future of junior achievement in the greater Boston region.
Thank you, Brandon, and thank you to everyone for spending part of your evening with us to celebrate the positive impact junior achievement makes. We appreciate your support during these challenging times, as our mission is more important today than it has ever been. Congratulations to Andriana Santangelo on being inducted into the Alumni Hall of Fame, and to Mark Silva and RSM on their Spirit of JA Awards. I want to thank Delta Airlines and all of our sponsors for your generous investment in tomorrow's leaders through your sponsorship of tonight's event. I want to share some highlights of the exciting plans we have for junior achievement, which we believe will significantly increase the impact that we make on the youth we serve. Before this horrible pandemic changed how we live and work, we conducted a strategic visioning process to set a bold vision for the future. We celebrate the more than 100 years junior achievement has made positive impact, but we cannot rest on our laurels, and we must continue to evolve how we empower young people with the tools they need to succeed. Junior Achievement's mission is to inspire and prepare young people to succeed in a global economy. To achieve this mission, we must become laser-focused and prioritize how we deploy our limited resources. As an immigrant to this great country, I have always been fascinated by the ideal of the American dream, that in the United States, all people should be able to achieve a reasonable standard of living. Yet this dream is far from equal for all Americans, and achieving it often depends on your socioeconomic status. As great as our country is, there is no denying that throughout our history, opportunity has not been equal to all its citizens, and especially to people of color. Yet according to the US Census, by 2043, households of color will account for more than half of the total US population. Therefore, the racial divide of opportunity and wealth that persists is not only a social justice issue impacting some people, it is the single greatest economic issue facing our country. In response to these systemic inequalities, Junior Achievement of Northern New England has embarked on an ambitious plan to address the generational challenges inherent in these communities as our top priority. We believe that by leveling the playing field for disadvantaged youth, we empower them to succeed, and in turn, we strengthen our communities, our region, and our country. Junior Achievement will provide economic mobility to young people in 10 of the highest needs communities in our region, where close to 80% of students are youth of color. We will close the opportunity gap for these young people by creating middle school to career pathways, igniting youth entrepreneurship, and preparing financially savvy youth. Junior Achievement programming across the U.S. focuses on K-12, but we believe we can make the biggest impact by focusing our resources on exposing middle school students to our career exploration programs and providing them a solid foundation for understanding their finances. During their high school years, we will continue to expose youth to career readiness and financial literacy training, and we will introduce entrepreneurship as a powerful tool to break the cycle of poverty. As participants of Junior Achievement graduate high school, we will play a more active role in connecting them to college or careers. Our goal is not to tell young people how to succeed, but rather to expose them to experiential programs and positive adult role models so that they can discover their own passions and have the tools they need to pursue them. We will complete the life cycle of our mission by connecting our alumni with paid internships, apprenticeships, and entry-level jobs with top employers, going beyond just teaching them about business, but actually opening the door to their careers. This vision will provide inner-city youth the tools they need to become well-rounded adults and create a better future for themselves and their families. It is a vision that I truly believe will change the course of these people's lives and will bring about increased shared prosperity for all the citizens of our state, of our region, and of our country. We look forward to sharing more details of our plans with you and hope you will join us in ensuring a more prosperous future for all young people in our region. Thank you, and back to you, Brandon and Carlos.
It truly has been an
Awesome.
amazing night, and we want to thank you all for joining us to hear about junior achievement. As we wrap up the night, let's see how much money we raised.
Our
We
total
raised
fundraise tonight thus far is $127,000.
We got to get that last stride out there. From the bottom of my heart, and I know from everybody at JA,
We're still a little bit shy of our goal.
For all the help that we can get.
We're still a little bit shy of our goal, so we want to make sure that you all have the opportunity
Brandon,
to reach into your pockets, reach into your hearts, and support this
amazing
amazing organization. We have an opportunity here to continue to support young children in their financial literacy education, which will, for a fact, is an amazing investment because it'll pay off for them for the rest of their lives.
And thank you.
We are.
And our auction has closed. And thank you, Brendan. I will say, to go back a little, I do work for an art nonprofit, and if you really did paint the painting behind you, although I'm not an artist, I spend a lot of time with artists, I will say, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. But we do wish you all a safe and healthy fall. Good night, everybody.